J-E-L-L-O.
The Jell-O program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. The orchestra opens the program with Oh Ah. Just around the corner is June and hot summer days that call for crisp, tempting salads. And the best salads I know of call for Jell-O. Try combining fresh vegetables or fruits with Jell-O for an appetizing luncheon or supper salad. If you've never used Jell-O in salads, you've missed a great bet. For shimmering Jell-O makes the most refreshing, zestful salad you ever served. And here's one suggestion. Mold shredded cabbage, diced cucumbers, and celery in lemon Jell-O. Serve on crisp lettuce with real mayonnaise. Or make a fresh fruit salad with orange Jell-O. Why, there are any number of interesting salad combinations you can work out for yourself using any one of Jell-O's 6 delicious flavors. And you'll enjoy them all, for Jell-O has that extra rich fruit flavor. Flavor that comes from the real ripe fruit itself. But whether you serve Jell-O as a salad or as a dessert, always be sure to get the real thing. Genuine Jell-O. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us hail the return of a man who last week was flat on his back, but is now standing here flat on his feet, Jack Benny.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny, remember? The fellow who wasn't here last Sunday? And I want to tell you something, Don. It's a good thing I've got flat feet. Because I'm still pretty shaky, and I'd probably topple right over if they weren't.
Oh, come on now, Jack. You weren't so terribly sick.
I wasn't, eh? That's all you know about it. As it happens, I was critically ill.
Well, I didn't see any headlines in the papers about it.
Well, that's not my fault. I phoned them all. Next time, I'll take out an ad.
Well, Jack, you certainly look rested after a whole week in bed. Did you get much sleep?
Don, how could I sleep with 12 flu germs playing bingo on my chest all night?
Playing bingo, eh?
Yes. I didn't mind that so much, but when they asked me to call out the numbers, I thought that was going too far. I'm still pretty weak.
Well, you certainly don't look it, Jack. You're the picture of health.
Now, that's silly, Don. Take a look at my tongue.
I don't see anything unusual. It's just a common, ordinary tongue.
Oh, it is, eh? Well, then I'm glad I stuck it out at you. You're just jealous because I look like Dracula.
All right, all right. If it'll make you any happier, you look lousy.
Now you're talking. I'm glad you woke up.
Pardon me, Mr. Benny. It's time for your pill.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Don, I want you to meet Dr. Baldy. I'm still under his care.
How do you do, Doctor?
You could stand dieting, young man.
Oh.
You see, Don, his mind is always on his work. My nurse is here, too. She's waiting out in the hall.
Why don't you have her come in?
Oh, no, not with these orchestra boys around. They're wolves in rented clothing.
Hello, Jack. I'm glad to see you back again.
Oh, hello, Mary. Thanks. Gee, I sure had a tough time this past week. Don't I look awful?
I'll say you're as pale as a goat.
Goat? You mean pale as a ghost?
Well, this goat is dead.
Oh, a goat ghost. Well, that was fast thinking.
What?
I say that was fast thinking.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the goat.
Well, I wasn't. And Mary, I want to thank you for those lovely roses you sent me. They were beautiful.
Were they?
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen a third of a dozen. But, Mary, I did notice that the roses were quite limp and droopy there. What happened?
I knew you were sick, so I boiled them.
Well, it's a good idea. You can't be too careful, you know. Oh, hello, Kenny.
Hello, Jack. Gee, you look so laurel and hearty.
That's hale and hearty, but let it go.
Oh, that's all right.
The next time I'm sick, don't wire congratulations.
Well, it worked on Mother's Day.
Well, let's not get involved in that, you know.
Mr. Benny, it's time for your medicine again.
Oh, yes, Doctor, yes.
Now, first you take this red pill, and then you follow it with this white one,
Two of them this time. I say, what's the white pill for?
in case the red one is poisoned.
Well, that's thoughtful. Isn't he an unusual doctor, Mary?
Yeah, what do you take in case of him?
I wish I knew.
Say, Jack, is that girl out in the hall your nurse?
Who do you mean?
That pretty blonde with a white uniform and Phil Harris around her neck.
Oh, where'd you see her?
Oh, out in the hall around Phil Harris's neck.
I thought you said Phil was around her neck.
Oh, they're all mixed up.
No, so that's why Phil sneaked out of here. I got a good mind to go out there and put him in his place.
Oh, Jack, you're up on your feet now. Why don't you stay that way?
Yes, maybe I better wait till I'm myself again, you know. Oh, it's you.
Hiya, Jack, old boy. Glad to see you back again.
Thanks. What are you doing out in the hall there, Phil?
Well, I wasn't feeling so good, so I had your nurse take my temperature.
You did, eh? Well, wipe it off your lips. What's that you got in your hand?
She wrote me out a prescription.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
Hillside 5027.
Well, get me a bottle of that, too. Anyway, it's time for you to play a number, so get ready.
Okay.
And another thing, this nurse is here to take care of me, so please stay away from her.
I got a temperature, too.
Quiet, Kenny. Play, Phil. Oh, nursey, nursey. Oh, toot. Played by Phil Harris and my nurse, or his orchestra. And incidentally, Phil, I listened to you last Sunday when I was home, you know, and your specialty was very good. I didn't know it was in you.
Thanks, my little buckaroo.
Well,
Did you hear me, too, Jack?
of course I did, Kenny. I thought you did a swell job.
Believe me, I was all in. I had to sing 3 songs.
Oh, what a strain. 3 songs in 1 week. I don't see how you did it.
I bet it'll tell on me when I get older.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Say, Mary, that reminds me. Why didn't you work last Sunday?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't feeling so good. I had fever and chills and pains and a headache.
Oh.
So we all went to the Trocadero.
It's been quite a party, huh?
Yeah, with some stuff.
Yeah.
Say, Jack, tell us the truth. Did you get a kick sitting home listening to your own show?
Yes, I did, Don, and I'm going to tell you something, but don't let it go to your head. When you read the commercial and told everybody how to make Jell-O, well, it just did something to me. I tell you, Don, I was electrified.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I'm not. And Don, listen, Don, when you said, look for the big red letters on the box, as sick as I was, I jumped right out of bed and looked for them.
You did?
Yes, sir.
Ah, Jack, didn't you love the way I said, there is only one Jell-O, and the trademark is your guarantee?
Don, when I heard that, well, there was a lump on my throat.
Don't you mean a lump in your throat?
No, this was an ice bag. But, Don, the biggest thrill I got all evening was when you mentioned the different flavors.
Really, Jack?
Absolutely. Of course, when you started out with strawberry, raspberry, and cherry, that didn't affect me so much. But when you got to orange, I felt myself slipping. And by the time you reached lime...
What happened?
I was in another world.
You were?
And snoring twice as loud as ever before.
I was not.
Mr. Benny, it's time for another pill.
Oh, yes, Doctor, yes.
Here you are, a pretty blue one.
Hey, wait a minute. This is a button.
Oh, goody. I've been looking for that all week.
Oh, answer the phone, Mary. If that's my father, tell him it's in the mail.
Okay. Hello? Yes? Oh, hello, Mama.
Oh, it's her again.
Yes? Yes, Mama, yours is in the mail, too. What? Oh, Jack is feeling much better. No, Mama, I won't get too close to him.
You think I had measles or something?
Yes, Mama, Jack's going to take a vacation in a few weeks. We all are. What? No? No. No, Mama, you can't. That's impossible.
What does she want, Mary?
Mama wants to take over the summer show.
Tell her no. I'll never be able to follow her.
Oh, Mama, he says he'll never be able to follow you. What?
What are you laughing at?
She says you won't even be able to follow this phone call.
Oh, matching wits, huh?
Well, goodbye, Mama. Thanks for calling. I'll write you a letter tomorrow. What? Oh, that's too bad. Well, goodbye. Isn't that awful, Jack? I won't be able to write letters home anymore.
Why not?
Papa's raising pigeons in the mailbox.
Well, send her my dove, or my love. And now, folks, the very... about the worst gag I've ever pulled, I think. And now, folks, that Mary's mother has had her little fling. Kenny Baker will sing, what are you going to sing, Kenny?
Oh, I'll think of something.
Well, think, Kenny. Play, boys.
Whenever I hear thunder, it echoes in my heart, and so I keep on wondering how long we'll be apart. Skies were gray that rainy day we parted in the lane. Was it tears that fell, or was it rain? There we stood as lovers would. Did parting bring you pain? Was it tears that fell, or was it rain? I couldn't tell if your eyes were misty, or if you felt regret. I noticed when you kissed me that both your cheeks were wet. Till we meet again, my sweet, that memory will remain. Was it tears that fell, or was it rain?
Kenny Baker singing Was It Rain from the hit Parade. And Kenny, I must tell you, last Sunday I heard you sing that number you wrote. What's the name of it again?
You Are My Love.
That's it. It was beautiful. I'll have to play it on my violin sometime.
Oh, Jack, it's my first song.
Well,
Let it grow up before you kill it.
you two have a lot of respect for an invalid. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction this evening, for our dramatic sacco, we are going to present an original mystery melodrama, a thrilling and blood-curdling adventure entitled Death at Midnight, or the Murder Case. Now, I will play the part of Detective O'Benny, who always gets his man. Phil Harris will be my assistant.
Who always gets your girl.
Quiet. Now, as this is a murder mystery, Mary Livingston will be the wife of the murderee. And Kenny Baker will be the victim.
Oh, gee, there's no future in that.
I'm going to be your wife. What have I got?
Please. And last but not thinnest is Don Wilson, who will be the butler. However, before presenting our mystery, folks, let me give you a brief synopsis of what has happened up to now. On the night of May 3rd, A.D., after dinner, Mr. J. Wellington Krotzmere,
Wellington yet.
a social lion, was found murdered in his den. At the time of the murder, his wife was in the room reading a copy of Live Alone and Like It, which may have thrown her a thought. The victim was playing solitaire when suddenly he was interrupted by a lead kibitzer. Now, who committed this crime? Was it the butler?
I didn't do it, I tell you. I didn't do it.
Was it the French maid?
Ooh la la. Viva la corpse.
Was it Bing Crosby? No, but he mentioned my name last week. And now the wife, Mrs. Krotzmere. Did you kill your husband?
I hated him. I loathed him. I despised him. So that night I...
Stop! We can't give it away now, folks. But this mystery will go on immediately after the next number. Play, Phil, and make it snappy. Our listeners must be on the edge of their seats. Don't fall off, Played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our mystery play, Murder at Midnight, or When My Dreamboat Comes Home. The opening scene is the office of Detective O'Benny at police headquarters. Curtains. Phone call. I mean music. Ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Hello? Police headquarters.
Let me talk to Detective O'Benny.
That's me. What is it?
My name is J. Wellington Krotzmere.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that. What's on your mind?
I got a hunch I'm going to be murdered.
What makes you think so?
My wife is always pointing a gun at me.
When she pulls the trigger, let me know.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Anything wrong, Cap?
Oh, some fella thinks he's going to be murdered.
Is he?
I hope not. The boys are delivering beer in the patrol wagon. Hello? Detective O'Benny speaking.
This is Mrs. Crossmere. Were you just talking to my husband?
Yes, nice chap.
He sure was.
Now, what do you mean?
Come over at once. I think he's been shot.
Your husband shot? What makes you think so?
He's laying on the floor, and there's an extra buttonhole in his shirt.
There is, eh? Well, I'll be right over. And don't make any more buttonholes till I get there.
Okay, Cap, bring some White Rock.
Right. Goodbye.
What happened, Cap?
Crotchmere was right.
So was Barnum.
Yes, and they're both dead. Well, we got to do something about that. You take Barnum, and I'll take Crotchmere.
No, you take Barnum and I'll take Crossmere.
Barnum,
Crossmere, Crossmere, Barnum. Let's call the whole thing off.
No, we can't do that. We got to get over there at once and investigate. Follow me, Harris.
Righto, Cap.
Take care of the office, Lieutenant.
Okay.
Come on, Sarge. Let's go.
Better take your pill first, Mr. Benny.
Oh, all right, Doc. Come on, Sarge. We're off. Capo Benny rides again. Well, here we are, Sarge. This is the place, all right. Open up in the name of the law.
This is police headquarters.
Doggone it, I forgot to release the brake. Well, let's try again. This must be the place, Sarge.
It better be. We're out of gas.
Open up. Come on, open the door. I'll break it down.
Well, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, eh? Make a note of that, Sarge.
Okay, Cap.
You're the butler, aren't you?
How do you know?
Your uniform is a dead giveaway. Now, come on, you. Where's the body?
You mean Mr. Crotchmere's?
Yes.
Why, he's right there on the floor.
Thanks. Follow me, Sarge.
Yeah, man.
Musicians are all alike. Who's this? Wait a minute. Are you Mrs. Crotchmere?
No, I am the maid.
Yeah, what's your name?
Fifi.
Your last name?
Poo-poo.
Pee-pee poo-poo?
Wee-wee.
Wee-wee? Make a note of that, Sarge.
Woo-woo.
Sergeant. Now, Fifi, bring Mrs. Crotchmere in here.
Here I am, Cap, fit as a fiddle and ready for a new husband.
Oh, yeah? I want to talk to you, madam.
Go ahead, Blue Coat. Take a load off your feet and sit down.
Thanks. Ouch!
What's the matter, Cap?
I've been looking for that badge all day.
Oh.
Now, Mrs. Crotchmere, where were you at the time of the murder?
I'm back at the gun, minding my own business.
So you did have a gun, eh?
Yes,
Where'd you buy the bullets?
at Bullock's Wilshire.
That's a local gag, folks, but it fits. Now, listen, Mrs. Crotchmere. I want the whole story from you right from the start, and I want the truth. Get it, the truth.
Okay, Bloodhound. My husband and I were sitting in the den. He was behind his desk cleaning his pipe
Yes, yes, go on.
when suddenly a shot rang out. I looked toward the window, and there I saw...
Beg pardon, madam. Are we having Jell-O for dinner?
Yes, Jenkins,
Any particular flavor?
a little of each, and be sure that it's genuine Jell-O with the big red letters on the box.
Make a note of that, Sarge.
Gotcha, pal.
Now, go ahead, Mrs. Crotchmere. What did you see?
Well, I looked out of the window, and there in the moonlight I saw shadows running across the lawn.
Oh, moonlight and shadows, eh? Must have been making a dash for the hit parade. Make a note of that, Sarge.
Ain't worth it.
And then what happened, Mrs. Crotchmere?
I screamed and fired 2 shots.
2 shots, eh? I thought you were lying. Now listen, gal, you're coming with me. And what's more, you're coming without a struggle.
I never struggled yet, big boy.
Then slap the bracelets on her, Sarge. Now, let's go. Now, wait a minute. Hold everything. No one move. Come in.
It's time for another pill, Mr. Benny.
I haven't got time for that, Doc. Now, get out of here. Come on, Sarge, and take Mrs. Crotsmere with you. What was that? Look, Sarge. Someone threw a stone through the window.
Yes, Captain, there's a note tied around it.
A note, eh? What does it say?
Hillside 5027.
That nurse again. She sure gets around. Come on, let's go. Wait a minute, Sarge. Wait a minute, there's the phone. Maybe it's a clue. I'll take it. Hello? Yes? Yes? What? Who? Cactus Face?
Cactus Face?
Doggone it, we got the wrong last page. What'll I do now?
This will be concluded next Sunday night. Will the murder be solved? Will they find the right page? Will Jack's doctor run out of pills? Listen in next Sunday night and find out. Play Pill. Dessert is a great favorite with everybody, and here's a dessert that's everybody's favorite. Ice cream made with Jell-O ice cream powder. The new way to have rich, mellow ice cream more quickly, more easily, more economically. For Jell-O ice cream powder makes delicious, creamy ice cream, the kind with the real old-fashioned homemade flavor. Yet you actually use less cream and get more ice cream. And you make it right in the freezing trays of your refrigerator. Or if you prefer, you'll get the same wonderful results with an ordinary hand freezer. All you do is combine Jell-O ice cream powder with milk, some cream and sugar, and you'll soon have 1.5 quarts of smooth, mellow ice cream. And economical? I'll say it is. Why, one package of Jell-O ice cream powder makes 1.5 quarts of ice cream, twice as much as most other such products on the market. So serve ice cream made with Jell-O ice cream powder soon. There are 5 rich, delicious flavors. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, lemon, and maple, and there is unflavored, too, so that you can make any flavored ice cream you want. Ask your grocer tomorrow for several packages of Jell-O ice cream powder.
Number of the 35th program in the new Jell-O series. We're with you again next Sunday night when we will finish our thrilling mystery. So be sure and listen in. Come on, Mary, you going home?
Take my handcuffs off first.
Oh, yes, that's right. Good night, folks.
The tune you can't run away from love is from the Singing Marines. The Jell-O program comes to you from Hollywood over the Red Network of the National Broadcasting Company. J-E-L-L-O. The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. The orchestra opens the program with When. Here's There's a news bulletin for everybody. A news bulletin about everybody's favorite dessert, Jell-O. Now, on every package of Jell-O, you will find one or more exciting new Jell-O recipes, printed clearly right on top. This is done to help you enjoy Jell-O in any number of new, different ways. For Jell-O's certainly a versatile dessert. Just listen to the names of some of the recipes on the Jell-O packages. Pineapple snow, date and celery salad, raspberry tarts, cinnamon crystal dessert. They're all made with Jell-O, and they're just a few of the many suggestions for varying your menus. So whenever you buy Jell-O, look for these recipes, and you'll be sure to find some delicious new suggestions for serving America's most popular dessert. And no matter how many ways you serve it, you'll always enjoy Jell-O's extra-rich fruit flavor that comes from real, ripe fruit. But always be sure you get the real thing. Look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jell-O. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the man who has thrown away his medicine, hot water bottle, and doctor's bills, Jack Benny.
Jell-O again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, I want to tell you something. I may be okay physically, but mentally I'm a mess. Tonight I'm so nervous that I don't know what I'm doing. Where's Phil?
You didn't get here yet. Why?
Thank heaven.
What's the matter, Jack? What's wrong?
Don, you know that beautiful diamond wristwatch Phil gave me for Christmas?
Yes?
Well, I lost it.
Lost it?
Yes, and I just can't bear to face Phil without it. Why, if he comes in and asks me what time it is, I'll swoon.
Now, Jack, don't get excited. There must be some way to find it. When did you last wash your hands?
Oh, I've had the watch since then. Gee, I miss it. I used to get so much exercise winding it, you know?
Oh, it'll turn up. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Look at my fingernails. Look at them.
I don't see any.
Of course not. They're home on the floor. I tell you, Don, I'm a wreck. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello.
Mary, did you put that ad in the paper for my watch like I told you to?
Yes, Jack, I brought you a copy of it.
What does it say?
It says, notice, Jack Benny's watch, lost, straight, or hocked.
Hocked?
When last seen was wearing a wrist.
Well, Mary, you should have put in a description of it.
I did. Here it is. Large mole on minute hand and face needs washing.
It's a fine description.
Finder, please return to.
Return to where?
That's all the money I had.
Well, it's a lucky thing I had my name on it. I only hope I get the watch back before Phil gets here.
Jack, don't let it prey on your mind. Come on now, let's change the subject.
That's a good idea. Say, Mary, have you started your picture for Paramount yet?
Oh, sure. I've been on it a whole week now, and I'm getting the biggest kick out of it.
Well, I can imagine. You know, Don, this is her first picture. It's called This Way, Please.
Well, good luck to you, Mary.
Thanks, Don. Same to me.
How's the script, Mary? Have you got a good part?
Oh, Jack, you should see the director. He's tall, dark, and has the most adorable accent.
I know, Mary, but what about your lines? I mean, your part in the picture.
And the cameraman. Has he got the duckiest dimples?
The duckiest?
Yeah, he had me behind the camera all day yesterday.
Well, how can you make pictures behind the camera?
Who cares? He's cute.
Well, you certainly get around. I bet you even met the janitor.
I'll say. Brown eyes, baggy pants, and the blondest broom.
All right, Mary, that's enough.
Hey, Jack,
What?
have you forgotten about your watch yet?
Hey, what are you trying to do anyway? See, now I'm all upset again. Oop, I'll bet that's Phil now.
You can't kid me. It's Kenny Baker.
Oh, hello, Kenny.
Hello. What's the matter with you, Jack? You look so calm and excited.
Well, you're half right, and that's a record for you.
What happened?
Well, if you must know, Kenny, I lost that beautiful wristwatch Phil gave me for Christmas, and I can't find it anywhere.
Did you look on your wrist?
Yes, Kenny, I did, and it's not there.
Well, maybe it's lost.
Yes, Kenny, that's the idea. I lost my watch, and I don't know where to look for it.
Gee, if it was a collar button, you could look under the dresser.
Oh, I could, huh?
Yeah, and if you were an old maid, you could look under the bed.
Well, I won't even answer that.
Jack, your watch will turn up. Now take it easy.
Gee, if that's Phil Harris, I'll die. Come in.
Mr. Benny,
Yes?
I understand you lost a very valuable diamond wristwatch.
Yes, I did. Have you seen it?
Not lately. Goodbye.
Don, I wish you'd set some Jell-O out in the hall for that guy. We might trap him. Playboy. Very good, boys. Very good, especially without your leader. Say, Don, while the boys were playing, did anyone come in or call about the watch?
No, and stop worrying about it, Jack. You're too sensitive.
Well, of course I'm sensitive.
Yeah, Jack wouldn't even bait a fish hook without giving the worm ether.
Well, I certainly wouldn't. Believe me, do you ever notice the look in a worm's eyes when you're about to put him on the hook? He just seems to say, take it easy, bud, not through the vertebrae. People don't realize it.
You know, Jack, I had a pet worm once. Gee, I miss him.
A pet worm? What happened to him?
He ran away with an apple.
Oh. Well, that's the trouble with worms. You can't trust them.
I never saw one yet that wouldn't turn on you.
Ain't it the truth? But they're smart, though. You know, I knew a worm once that used to get up late just to fool the early bird.
Well, maybe he didn't know about daylight saving time.
Oh, yes, he did, Don. Yes, he did. You'd be surprised how clever those little fellows are. They might wiggle around like they're doing nothing, but believe me, they're thinking all the time. Yes, sir. Answer the phone, Mary. Maybe it's news about the watch, would you?
Okay. Hello? Yes? Yes? Yes, he did.
Mary, what is it?
Yes? Oh, yes, he'll be very happy. That's all that's on his mind.
What a relief.
He's right here.
Yeah.
It's for you, Don.
Hello? Yes? Yes, madam. You can always tell genuine Jell-O by those big red letters on the box.
Fine time to call up about that.
Yes, you will find that it tastes twice as good as ever before with its 6 delicious flavors: strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime.
Orange, lemon, and lime.
You're welcome, madam. Goodbye.
Don, I wish you'd keep your romantic affairs off of this program.
But it was business.
Oh, business, sure, with you gushing all over the phone. And at your age, too.
Telegram for Jack Benny.
Hey, maybe that's good news about the watch. See who it's from, Mary.
Here, boy.
Yeah, I hope it's...
Jack is from your father.
Oh, Dad, huh? What does he say?
Dear son, is your watch insured or should I worry too?
Good old Dad, always so practical. You know?
Say, Jack, I just happened to think of something. Let me see. Were you in any restaurants yesterday where you might have left your watch?
You're blushing, Don.
That's the strawberry coming
Oh,
out.
I
Go
see.
ahead.
What did you ask me? What did you ask me?
I asked you, Jack, if you were at any restaurants yesterday where you might have left your watch.
Don, I always have enough money to pay my check.
Well, I mean, where you could have mislaid it.
Well, let's see. I had lunch at the Biltmore and dinner at the Ambassador. Come in.
Pardon me, does Mr. Jack Benny broadcast from here?
Yes, I'm Jack Benny. What is it?
Did you possess something yesterday that you unpossesses today?
Yes, my diamond wristwatch. What do you know about it?
Nothing except I found it.
You did?
Oh, that's swell. Now, Jack, you can get the watch back.
Well,
Gets here
hey,
in a
that's a
minute.
load off of my mind. Give it to me.
Now, wait a minute, son. Wait a minute. First, we's going to have a financial skirmish.
Oh, naturally, a reward. A reward, yes. Now, what would you consider a fair amount?
Well, you just shout out some figures and I'll hop on one.
Okay, now, let me see. Shall we say $10?
Inflate that.
Well, maybe I can do a little better. Suppose I make it 12 and a half.
Whee! Listen to them fractions.
Well, look, what do you say to $15? Is 15 okay?
Confidentially,
Now, hold on. You don't own the watch. You just found it.
I got it, ain't I?
Oh, Jack, you were so anxious to get the watch back. Why don't you give him what he wants?
All right, how much do you want?
Well, $50 would make tomorrow Christmas.
All right, I'll give you $50. There goes my vacation, folks. I'll make you out a check right now.
You ain't gonna give me no check.
Well, let's not argue about it. I'll give you cash.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till I open my pocketbook. I'll have to oil that. I think.
Oh, look. A butterfly flew out of Jack's pocketbook.
That's a moth.
All right, young man, here's your money.
Thank you, sir. Here's your watch.
Oh, boy.
Oh, by the way, young fella, where did you find Mr. Benny's watch?
In a restaurant.
Oh, yes, the Ambassador.
No, sir. This was the Acme hot dog parlor.
That's right. I stopped there on my way to the Ambassador. I went in to get a cigar.
You was eating when I seen you.
I was not.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, young man, and thanks very much for finding my watch. You know, you must be pretty good at finding things.
I don't know about that. I never did find Albuquerque.
Oh, it's you! $50.05 for a hot dog. Oh, well, as long as I got my watch back. Sing, Kenny.
Here is my heart if you love me. Love me as I love you. Shadows fall, day is done, night birds call. Come, oh, come, and let my heart explain and tell you over again. Blue is the night above me, blue as your eyes are blue. Bright is the night if you love me. blue is the night.
That was Blue is the Night, sung by Kenny Baker. And,
Very good, Kenny.
well, it was. It was. You, you certainly can hit those high notes. Say, Kenny, how can you tell when you've reached your highest note?
Oh, I just take a deep breath, and when I can see my necktie, I quit.
Well, that's a good system, and besides, I ought to have my head examined for asking you. And now, ladies and gentlemen...
Jack, here comes Phil.
Oh, well, remember, everybody, not a word about the watch. I don't want them to know what happened. Hello, Phil.
Hello, Jack. I'm terribly sorry I'm late. I overslept and I had a flat tire.
At the same time? Well. But it's all right, Phil. That can happen to anybody.
Gee, aren't you mad?
No. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you're late.
Say, what is this anyway?
Don't tell them, folks.
Oh, Jack, what time is it?
Now, Mary, I told you.
Oh, what's the matter? You got a back, didn't you?
Now, cut it out.
What's all the excitement, Jack?
Well, I hate to break it to you, Phil, but the cat's out of the bag. I may as well tell you. I lost the watch.
What watch?
What watch? The watch you gave me for Christmas. But I got it back.
Oh, that's good. Hello, Kenny.
Hello.
And after the way I worried. Oh, well, on with the show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our dramatic offering tonight, I mean our pièce de resisting, we will attempt to solve the baffling mystery which we began last week entitled Death at Midnight. Once again, I will be Captain O'Benny, as fearless a bloodhound as ever sniffed a clue. Phil Harris will be my assistant sniffer. And Mary Livingston will be Mrs. Crotsmere, who was suspected of murdering her husband, played by Kenny Baker.
You bore me, Blue Coat. Watch out or I'll drill you. I'm practicing my part, folks.
I see. Kenny, why are you laying down on the floor?
I'm practicing my part, too.
Well, don't get stepped on.
I won't. I got a red lantern on my chest.
Oh. Episode of Death at Midnight will go on immediately after the next number. Plays, Bill, and if any of the boys make a false move, I'll shoot. I'm practicing, too, folks. Was Dardanella, I think, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now for our play, Death at Midnight, or Can't You Hear Me Callin', Caroline. As you may remember, last week, Mr. J. Wellington Crotsmere was found murdered in his den. His wife was in the room at the time, but claimed she had nothing to do with it. Captain O'Benny was called in, but up to now he was unable to get anywhere with the crime or Mrs. Crotsmere. The latter causing him considerable annoyance. As the scene opens, we find Detective O'Benny and Sergeant Harris at police headquarters. Curtain. Music.
that the phone, Cap?
It ain't the good humor, man. I'll answer it. Hello? Police headquarters. Captain O'Benny speaking.
Help! Help! Come over at once. I'm going to be murdered.
Get away from that phone or I'll let you have it.
Help! Help!
All right, goodbye.
What's wrong, Cap?
Oh, some family spat. We got to settle this Crotchmere case first.
Anything new on it?
No, but I got a hunch there's a man in the case. You know that saying, cherchez la femme. Hello, police headquarters.
Hello, Cappy. This is Mrs. Crotchmere.
Yes?
Why don't you come over and investigate my husband's murder?
It's no use. I can't find any evidence.
Well, drop in anyway. I'm lonesome.
Okay.
Do you like tea?
Yes.
Well, have a cup and come over.
I'll be right there. Come on, Sarge. We got to get over to Mrs. Crotchmere's right away. I think she's guilty and ready to crack. Where's my gun?
In your coat.
Where's my handcuffs?
In your vest.
Where am I?
In your pants.
Fine. And we're all set. Let's go. Here's the place, Sarge. Come on, open up.
Entrez, monsieur.
Hello, Fifi. Where's Mrs. Crotchmere?
Elle est dans la chambre. À côté, elle est sur repose.
Oh, qu'est-ce que c'est, huh? I thought so. Make a note of that, Sarge.
Voulez-vous?
Now listen, Fee.
My name is Fifi.
Well, I'm in a hurry. You get Mrs. Crotchmere down here, toot sweetie.
Okay, Toots. Here she come now.
Good evening, gents. What's all the commotion?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Crotchmere. I'm here to find out who killed your husband.
Oh, let's not talk shop, Skippy. Come over here on the sofa and sit down.
None of that, Mrs. Crotchmere. None of that. I represent the long arm of the law.
Well, put it around me and relax.
I haven't got time for that.
I have.
Sergeant, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Not yet.
Oh. Now, listen, Mrs. Crotchmere. Your husband was murdered, and as long as you won't talk, you were the only one at the room at the time. There's only one way to solve this. We'll reenact the crime.
You mean I'll have to shoot him again?
Quiet. I'll find out my own way. Go get your gat.
I got my gat.
What?
I got my gat.
Good. Then let's let's get going. I'll be Mr. Crotchmere, and you stand over there and fire at me.
But, Cap, she's liable to kill you.
Don't worry. Go ahead and shoot, Mrs. Crotchmere. I got my bulletproof vest on.
Okay.
Ouch! Doggone, I forgot to button it. Make a note of that, Sarge.
1, 2, button your vest.
Now I'm going to get to the bottom of this, Mrs. Crotchmere. You murdered your husband, you might as well admit it.
I told you I bumped him off.
Don't evade the question. Come clean now.
All right, then, I didn't do it.
That's a lie! Now, listen, you.
Oh, nuts. I'm going home.
Lay down, Kenny.
Death takes a holiday.
Come on, sister, no wisecracks. Hey, Sarge.
Yeah, Cap.
Let's give her one more chance to confess. If she don't do it this time, we'll give her the 3rd degree.
Look out, Cap, look out!
What was that?
Someone threw the butler through the window.
The butler?
Yeah, and there's a note in his hand.
No. What does it say?
It says that Jell-O is the finest tasting gelatin dessert in the world, and every day millions of people eat it.
Hang on to that message. It must be a code. Do you know anything about this, Mr. Crotchmere?
What are you torturing me for, Cap? I told you I killed him, didn't I? I couldn't stand it any longer, so I shot him. I shot him dead.
I knew you'd break down. And why did you murder your husband?
I killed him because I loved him.
You loved your husband?
No, the Iceman.
Oh, so that's it, eh? Why didn't you kill the Iceman?
Wait till you look in the icebox.
That's all I want to know. Slap the bracelets on her, Sarge, and let's go. Wait a minute. Hold everything. No one move. Come in.
Pardon me, but I'm looking for a guy by the name of Jack Benny.
I'm Jack Benny, but you'll have to wait. I'm right in the middle of a play.
Well, I don't know anything about that. Have you got a diamond wristwatch with a platinum band?
Yes. Bill Harris gave it to me for a present last Christmas.
That's the one. Hand it over.
Now, wait a minute. Who are you?
I'm from the Credit Jewelry Store, and the payments on that watch haven't been kept up.
Oh, when was the last payment made?
A week after Christmas. Now, come on, give me that watch.
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, Phil.
Good night, folks.
Phil.
Come on, give me that watch.
Well, here it is. Of all the cheap, low, four-flushing
You better
pikers,
play, boys.
by the most contemptible, humiliating thing I've ever heard of to give me a watch.
There's one dessert that always gets a grand reception. Just listen to this. It's ice cream, the creamy, luscious kind made with Jell-O ice cream powder. Ice cream made this modern way is rich and mellow, and you make it more quickly, more easily, and much more economically. For with Jell-O ice cream powder, you actually use less cream and get more ice cream. And you make it right in the freezing trays of your refrigerator. Or you can use an ordinary hand freezer and get the same marvelous results. Just combine Jell-O ice cream powder, milk, some cream, and sugar, and soon you'll have a quart and a half of smooth, velvety ice cream with that real homemade flavor. One package of Jell-O ice cream powder makes a quart and a half of ice cream, twice as much as most other such products you can buy. Jell-O ice cream powder comes in 5 flavors: rich chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, lemon, and maple. There is unflavored, too, so that you can make ice cream in any other flavor you want. Ask your grocer tomorrow for several packages of Jell-O ice cream powder.
This is the last number of the 36th program in the new Jell-O series. We'll be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. Of course, I'll have to guess at the time.
Say, Jack,
What?
don't worry about the watch.
Oh, it isn't the watch, Mary. It's the principle of the thing. Besides, I gave that fella $50 for finding it. That Phil Harris, of all the mean, deceitful, false friends that
Good night, folks.
I've ever...
The Jell-O program comes to you from Hollywood over the Red Network of the National Broadcasting Company.